officially the opening of Trans Pride Weekend. Thank you all for coming.
It was just being surrounded by so many people from the community, really diverse range of people as well, across the whole gender spectrum. And just having that time that we can all come together that was really positive, and it had that kind of political element that, there's so much that still needs to change and we've got a long way to go, but at the same time, we're celebrating how far we've come and, how strong we are as a community. And it was just amazing.
Just the overall feeling, I think, was what I enjoyed the most. And just the spirit of everyone getting involved and just seeing such an amazing turnout. I think the whole point of it is that it's not something that's necessarily going to be, you don't want it to just be trans people, because then that's not embracing them in the wider community. So I felt it was really nice to be included, and I felt just as much a part of the day as anyone else did. And I think it was great to see people's families with them and people's partners, people bringing people along. And I think it was nice that people felt able to come into the park. We had a couple of people approach the store who didn't even know what transgender meant. So it was lovely that they just came in and felt comfortable to ask, and we just had a chat with them and tried to be as informative as possible, and just sort of, invited them to have a look around and speak to people on the stalls and see what it was all about, and they seemed to really enjoy it. So I think it was a really welcoming atmosphere, and I think it's important as well, because some trans people can be quite isolated. It also means that the partners or the families of trans people sometimes miss that support, and they sometimes don't know the best way forward, because if they've not met other trans people or partners of trans people, then it can be really good to get together in that sense.
Due to a little scheduling change, I ended up opening yesterday, which was kind of terrifying in a way, but also amazing. It was just really fun, and such an amazing collective, prideful spirit. And I guess it's the smallest pride I've been to, but in a way it felt like it had almost the biggest spirit, just because I think it meant so much to everyone who was there. Yeah, it was just a really lovely day.
But it's just the warmth and friendliness of it all. It was just so welcoming as soon as you walked up towards the gate, and it was just somewhere that you didn't want to go away from. It was just lovely. And even when it rained, it was all to do with sharing and people getting together to keep dry. I would expect it to be much the same, perhaps a bit bigger, and I wouldn't even think of it being all that much different. I just think it went so well anyway, that's the way it was.
How did it feel seeing your film on a Friday night on the big screen?
That was really nice actually. I thought you actually represented me, for what it's worth, as I feel inside. And that was really important, and it was actually quite moving for me as well. And the whole thing, people were so warm and friendly about it and supportive. That was lovely, and they obviously got it.
My favourite thing about Trans Pride was Bethany Black. Easy, no contest.
Tell us why.
Because she's hilarious and filthy, and I don't know, you've got to love someone that makes you laugh and that connects with the issues that affect you. That was important. So I live in a little bit of a bubble. I don't really have the internet at home, and I don't watch TV or anything like that. So I miss out on a lot of these things until I go to an event and come across someone and then develop a minor obsession with them for the next 6 months or so.
My favourite part was just after it started pouring with rain. Although that was pretty fun too, because everyone kind of went away and took shelter, but then suddenly it was just bright and sunny again. Everyone came flooding back, and I just thought people would just kind of pack up. It just was awesome to have such a huge safe space, and that was so public, so visible, and so accessible in all sort of senses of the word.
The general sense of community and the sort of buzz that was around the park, everyone seemed so
united.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great. The atmosphere was incredible. I don't think I felt anything like it. It just felt so safe and comfortable, and yeah, everyone behaved, and it was wonderful. I mean, the weather didn't, but kind of it all. I kept having like just moments of like just kind of didn't believe it was happening. To have that much interest, we did not anticipate that. It was like triple what we thought.
You thought 350.
Yeah, it's like tops. And then the last figure, 1,100 people. It was wow.
Last thing is 1,531 people.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
And it just came together so well. It was
Months later, I mean,
Yeah, I know.
so fast, and just well done to all of you, everyone that's involved. Amazing job.
And that's it. Everyone was involved. Everyone made it happen.
Yeah.
People keep saying that it should be bigger and better, but I don't want it to become a pastiche of what Pride is. One of the good things that people said yesterday was this is how Pride was when it started, how it should be about campaigning for rights that we don't yet have. And I don't want to lose that intimacy that's part of what we put on, because that to me was the most important part of Trans Pride. It's for the community, by the community, with help from our friends and allies.
And then this very short march, and seeing the faces of local people just smiling and waving and joining in, really getting it.
My highlight of the day was March, probably first one ever in Europe, and it just like felt like I was being a little tiny part of history or something exciting like that. It was such a historical moment for the trans community to have a huge collection of people in march up St James Street, reclaim the street. We're going to look back on this in 5-10 years and just think, wow, we were there, and it was really, really special.
There was nothing that I could say that I didn't like or that wasn't amazing or that was problematic at all. And it was so nice seeing so much of the community that you don't see outside of very specific venues, very support group kind of thing. Just being out and open and just enjoying everything.
Hashtag Trans Pride Brighton and enjoy your day.
Had chapters on your tongue, sewn up eyelids on every face. Something is left.
Yes, we are going to Bangkok. Yeah, that sounds great.
The best bit about trans world, I think, was meeting loads of new trans people.
So nice to have that warm friendship permeating the whole day from the moment you walk through the park gates. You know, friends old and new, just meeting so many strangers who are not strangers anymore.
We consider you a hero of our community. We have a special token of gratitude and recognition. Steph, you are our trans superstar.
I'm really glad I was wearing my weird sunglasses because people couldn't see me cry. But it was incredible. And just standing up on stage and seeing huge diversity of trans people, especially so many young people, families, it doesn't matter what we do. People don't turn up. Families turn up in such huge numbers. It's incredible. So not only us as organisers, but to them as members of our community.
There's something special happening at the moment, and it's really exciting to be part of it. Lots of people turned up on their own, you know, and I think that means we're actually reaching the right people, because it's wonderful to live in Brighton, but this event is not just for people in Brighton, it's for people in the surrounding areas, the smaller towns and villages, who can actually come along and meet real people.
Highlight of my year. Yeah, completely. My friend was calling it, Alice was calling it Trans Christmas.
Yeah.
Like, it's that day, it's that special day. Like,
Saba was calling it Transgiving. Transgiving.
like, brilliant.
Protest march. We march because trans people are still being put in the wrong prison. We march because the NHS is still discriminating against trans people. We march because we are not equal. We are here to show as community that we stand together. Trans
Trans rights and human rights! Trans rights and human rights! Hey! Hey! Transphobia and guts goes! Hey! Hey! Homophobia and guts goes!
It's so hard to describe the feeling.
The march was powerful. The march was the best bit for me because it hasn't been as big in either of the other years, and just standing right in the middle of it and looking both ways and not being able to see anything else other than the people.
The best thing about Trans Pride for me was the amount of people that came to it, and how each year, as it's gone on and on, more and more people just come because it is the people that make it, and how just to see how many of us there are and how many of us come together.
I absolutely loved it because I saw so many people that I knew. I probably saw about 50 people that I knew, and I was so busy all day being like, oh my god, hi, oh my god, hi, oh my god, hi.
It's a time when all trans people from across the UK and even other countries come and get together, and it's one of the biggest trans events in the world.
Like in Prague Pride, you don't see so much trans colors like in the march, so we were so happy to be here and to have this experience.
And hang out on the beach, yeah.
This whole weekend has just touched my heart generally.
Yeah.
The whole weekend, like I came in like hardly knowing anyone, and I've like, you know, the last day I'm hugging like more than 10 people.
Yeah.
Like, can't wait to see them again
It's
next year.
genuine as
and
well.
it wasn't just
really
about
genuine.
it wasn't just about issues, which I think what I loved about it. It was a genuine celebration.
Until this weekend, the only sort of communication I had with the wider community was online, which was great until you turn your phone off and then and then you're alone again. I even like people who are going through a rough time at home. They could almost leave that behind for a whole weekend and just come and have a good time with it was just happiness and fun all weekend and so much love as well.
Really great to see you all here again. I hope you really enjoy yourself. Respect each other and keep yourself safe.
I really want us to think about why we're all here today. And yes, is to have fun and have a good time. But it's not just about making things better for the whitest of us, the richest of us, the most middle class of us, the most able-bodied among us, the most normative of us. It's about making things better for the whole community, about being a community together to make that happen.
It was the biggest park we've ever had, and you were allowed to fit a lot more in. Loads of stalls for food. People were allowed to sit down and converse and talk with one another. There was a great bit to lounge and just chill in the sunshine, and it was great. It's just the socializing.
It's just so different to have like a space just for trans people, and not just a space but a massive festival where we can just do whatever and chill out, as opposed to like a enclosed group for 1 hour.
It's life-changing, you know, just simply to know that, you know, we are fighting for trans rights.
It's a lot of hard work.
Oh, definitely, yeah. I mean, just the amount of people that turned up as well, just in the park, like even people that didn't turn up for the march.
Yeah.
I think that was amazing.
That's true. So what was the figures? It was just over 4,000
Yeah, I think, 4,000.
unique visitors to the park. And I think the statistics for the march was 1,500 to 1,800, I think. So,
amazing.
Wow.
Yeah. Like, look at the first one compared to this.
Right.
You know?
And the first one had a heart and soul, and I feel like this one had a heart and soul, like an even bigger
definitely.
one.
Yeah, I had so many people sort of message saying how much they loved it and first ever experience being out and being in a space where they felt accepted, and it's just, you know, like I was able to actually sign on stage for the second year in a row, and it was just lovely to be able to do that.
Wow.
Particularly as a committee member this year.
Yeah, it's been really good having you as a committee member.
Yeah, and I would say that a lot of people are making comments that they really enjoyed the venue.
Great.
The venue itself, I think, was perfect, and the weather came true for us.
It did, yeah.
A few bits of sunburn, but I think it was all right.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think I've got sunstroke. Actually.
That's right. And we need more volunteers as well. So if you want to join the committee, then do.
This is our 5th year. 5 years of Trans Pride Brighton. Give it up for Trans Pride! This is a protest march because trans people have got so much to protest about. Please be loud, be proud, be seen, be visible. And very
Trans women are women. Trans men are men. Non-binary is valid. Trans rights are human rights. Happy Pride!
It feels so important this year that we are taking up space, that we are filling the streets, that we are here in all our bright, beautiful, diverse, different, the same, colourful realness. We are giving it so much and we all look so beautiful. We just have a cheer for ourselves. And I want us to remind ourselves today, whilst we are marching, that we are the gift. We are valid, We are beautiful. There is nothing wrong with us. Quite the opposite. Everything is right with us. And I want us to remember, whilst we are marching, that we need to march not just for ourselves, but those that are more vulnerable than us. So please just have a cheer for Naomi Hersey and all the other Black trans lives that have been murdered and taken from us this year. I'm so happy to be here. Have a great Trans Pride.
Such good vibes out there. It's really, really nice. And hey, the sun came out for us. I can't speak for Severa and Ellis, but it's absolutely the highlight of my year, and it's such an honour to be back again comparing. Happy Trans Pride, everybody!
Take it slow. Don't trust what you don't know. Seems so close, but don't let your mind go. Come in close, turn out the light, fall in love at first sight. You're good intent, so no defense. For they deceived, and you believe this was your choice. Aware of the risk, you've done the damage. Now take the hit. Now there is a thing where once there was no way to take back all that you have done. No, you will give me and nobody else if you love this being more than yourself. There is a thing where once there was no way to take back all that you have done. No, you will give me and nobody else if you love this being more than yourself. Be a light, the path to civil war.
On your way out today, please stick in your extra change into our collection buckets, pick up some rubbish as you leave, and sign up for volunteering for next year, please.
This is our 5th year. 5 years of Trans Pride. Give it up for Trans Pride! This is a protest march because trans people have got so much to protest about. Please be loud, be proud, be seen, be visible, and very much enjoy your day. Thank you so much.
Trans Pride has increased in size over the past 5 years. This year's march had 2,500 people attending.
just to be standing with all you beautiful, amazing human beings was something I will never forget. So thank you so much.
I'm so excited. This is the first time I've ever been to Trans Pride. I can't tell you how liberating and amazing it was to march with so many beautiful, inspiring humans, all being themselves and all being proud of that, and that is something that I'll never forget.
This is my first year at Pride and I got to carry the Trans Pride banner. I'm so in awe of the support that we were getting from the passers-by, people driving, and there was a wedding happening and everyone turned around and gave us a clap. What can I say? Trans Pride, man, Trans Pride.
So this is my first Trans Pride. Being in the march with so many people was really moving. I teared up a few times, and actually marching here in Brighton is just incredible.
There was just this lovely feeling of community, and in a way that we just didn't get at other prides, because it always feels like they forget the trans people, and so for the first time we felt like this was our space.
Everyone knows exactly what you're feeling at different stages of their own transition. It's been just such a lovely thing to be able to go and breathe, you know.
The parade was my favorite bit because like there were people out who weren't in the parade just like supporting us. I didn't expect to see that either. That was nice. That was lovely.
These 5 years have been a transformation. I have gained the confidence to be me. I've gained the knowledge of people like me.
What makes Trans Pride so special is the safer space it provides. This year saw several proposals for marriage.
It gives us the place to actually be ourselves and be able to identify how we want to identify without any discrimination.
The committee is always looking for ways to include people from diverse backgrounds so we can be respectful and representative so that all our community feels welcome and included.
We're still learning, it's still a bit of a learning curve. We still want to make it more inclusive. We definitely want to get more of the minority groups more involved in Trans Pride, and we definitely want to try and keep it a grassroots event run by our community, for our community. And it's our community that's made this happen, and without you we could not put this on this year.
No pride for some of us without liberation for all of us, and we wish power to you all.
5 years ago, I was helping run the very first Trans Pride. If 50 people turned up, we'd be really great. And we got over 1,000 people, and I remember being on stage and looking out and crying and being so proud of what we achieved.
We are so grateful for all of the support that you have given us. Next year, we will make this an even bigger, even better event. Thank you for coming.
Trans Pride is entirely volunteer run. Please join our committee or volunteer groups. We specifically encourage people with disabilities from the BAME community and other underrepresented groups. Getting involved will ensure a bigger, better and more inclusive Trans Pride in 2018 and beyond.
Alright, Sarah. You ready?
Hello, Trans Pride Brighton! Trans Pride is here to give family to people like us. Trans men are men! Trans women are women! Non-binary is valid! Trans rights are human rights!
Decriminalize sex work!
discriminations. Please look up, make all women safe, sign our petition and help us. Thank you.
A really great thing about Trans Pride Brighton is that it's still a protest rather than a corporate shill. Perhaps a Pride March is a metaphor for transition. We seem to wait forever for it to start, and then no matter how much anybody we pass might disapprove of us or even hurl abuse at us, we keep going with our heads held high. It's still magical seeing trans people taking their first hesitant steps in public at this event, and if that's you, we welcome and value you. Thank you very much, everybody, and have a great day.
And we're here to celebrate everything that the trans community has achieved since then, but also to recommit ourselves to challenging the hatred and the stigma and the discrimination that still exists. Because we will not accept people being attacked simply for being who we are. We will not accept a media that all too often is still so divisive and damaging and destructive when it comes to the portrayal of trans people. Tolerance is not enough. Trans rights are human rights. Thank you for being here in all of your glorious beauty to celebrate who you are. Thank you.
Brown trans lives matter. Brown trans lives matter. Brown trans lives matter.
How excited are you all to be at Trans Pride right now? We should never have to hide who we really are. We have every right to be proud of our identities, whether that's where we work, where we study, where we go to school, where we play sport, anywhere. I truly believe that visibility is the key to creating real change, real positive change in the world. And that's why we're here today, because every one of you is having an impact through being here together, being your true, authentic self. Today is about celebrating our right to be who we are, not just to be accepted, but to live our lives without limitation. If you have a dream, go out there and get it. Believe it's yours for the taking.
Trans women are women. Non-binary is valid. Trans rights are human rights. One more time with feeling. Trans rights are human rights.
All dressed up and nowhere to go. Walking the streets all alone. Another night wishing you could forget. Making yourself up as you go along. Who's gonna take you home?